All right, so we're back with more error handling C++ stuff. I mean, this was meant to be the XFBIN project, but I really want to sort of error handling because it's just so important to making a library that is good to use. Um, like, yeah, I just have to figure this out. So I'm going with the tagged union approach. But this is continuing off a previous video, which I uploaded today as well. Well, today, well, okay, depending on your time zone, but the last video I uploaded. What I did was I have a static code in a union, but now I've realized that that doesn't make sense because the code needs to it can't be static because the code needs to be in the union as a variable. So I'm just wondering, how do I make this like API convenience to use? So I mean, first of all, I'll just remove these for now. Remove this, remove this. So like I have these, right? Um, yeah, this is just really awkward. I guess I'll do it like this first of all. I don't know if I can have an empty struct, but the idea is that I have, and I do I need these names? I don't know. But the idea is that I have my different types, which contain different data. Like each type is like a different error, a different tag in the union, let's say. You know, a different entry in the enum, and then I want the enum to contain data, or some of them to contain data. So null file and cut short don't contain data, but these two do, which is why they have data in their structs, right? But the question is, how do I make accessing this data ergonomic? Because in Rust, it's very straightforward. Just use pattern match, and because enums are the way enums are, like they're tagged unions, it's very simple. Like if you look at my, I'm currently accessing it. Um, not there. Here, right? Like I need to do this and say like so if I right now if I'm receiving an error, I would need to do this where I've dot mismatch version. Like so okay, so I'm constructing an XFBIN error union with the struct information mismatch version, but then also dot code equals um, XFBIN error code mismatched version like this. So this is what I need to do currently. I mean, this is already very verbose, right? But like the fact that I need to specify the error code here and the struct name here is quite unergonomic compared to Rust, where I'd probably just have to do like error um mismatch version is an enum entry. Um, let's say I name the enum as well, like this, I think, and then I just pass in data, right? So just be 122 because it takes a tuple. I could have this take a struct as well, in which case I could just do like this. But if I, assuming that named arguments were supported, I could do this, right? But let's just go with the tuple approach, whatever unnamed arguments. Like it would just look like this. I'm pretty sure. Like I have error, and then I just wrap it. Hell, and then I wrap it in. What's wrap it? I have my error, and then I have the error I'm returning, which is of the XFBIN error code enum, which is a tagged union, not an actual enum, it's a tagged union. So the entries can contain data. Like this is Rust, right? And then this is C++. And I just noticed a difference, right? I mean, first of all, you know, ignoring the standard unexpected, right? Which in Rust is just error. So let's ignore that. I have this for C++ and this for Rust. Now, what's different? For C++, I'm returning not the enum. The enum is separate in this case from the union. So, just first of all, I have XFBIN error and XFBIN error code. In Rust, I would just call this error because the enum is in the tag, like it's part of the tag union already. So that's fine. So these are the same, except I need to construct here in C++ with the fields, whereas for Rust, I'm just referencing. Well, I'm just saying that I'm using this enum, and then I'm using this value from it. Sorry, value this tag from it, right? This entry from it, whatever. Whereas here I need to construct this union, which because XFBIN error is not an enum, and then fill its data, where the code is a tag, and then that's where the error code comes in. And then I also want to pass in the data, which all of this like dot message version equals another constructor with this is equivalent to this part inside here. Like these three characters 1, 2, 2 are the equivalent of this entire line, which is kind of crazy. And then this line here, this code line, is equivalent to just this part, the message version, and then this wrapping thing is equivalent to just the beginning. Well, the beginning here. Okay, thank you. So I'm wondering, can I reduce this to be more like this? Now, one thing that comes to mind is I could create like a wrapper class for XFBIN error, and then maybe I could have something like this. So XFBIN error, and then like new mismatched version error, and then pass in 1 to 2. Like this would work, and then what this would do is it would just construct it would just construct this and then return this. So that's one thing I could do. I'm probably what I will do because I can't think of how else I would do it. Now, obviously, the elephant in the room is that this is a lot more verbose than just this, and it also means I still need to have this mismatch version type. I still need to have this. Well, do I? I guess I don't need this struct, but like it just helps. And there's no reason not to, right? It's just like I don't think it adds any overhead to the actual like performance side of things, or like efficiency side of things. Just yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. But yeah, this is the idea, and and it also means that I still need to have this error code thing, which I do need to when I switch on it. I still have to do .code. In this case, it should just be this .code, and then do it like this. Whereas if I was pattern matching it in Rust, I would literally just do match maybe xfbin.error, right? And then I could just do xfbin error. Actually, not I don't. I'm not even sure I need to prefix that. But just do this. V for version, like version, right? And then just do whatever. Like let's say C++ had Rust style pattern matching, then this would be great, you know. But I can't do that, unfortunately, and I don't know how I would do this anyway. Instead, I need to have error as the enum. No, not the enum. The error is a union, but then I need to match on the code, and by match I mean. So I said error. This would be error like this, and it'd be a switch statement, and it's just this, right? Where my case is my enum, and then I'm accessing. I mean, yeah, that's the other thing. Like this is just for creation, for actually accessing it. Like, what do I do? I need to access the union, get the specific, like manually get the specific thing. If I get the wrong one, then it's undefined behavior, and I don't know how safe that is with the compiler. I mean, obviously, you can just say the programmer should make mistakes, but like still, this is something that could be messed up, right? It'd be a lot nicer if we had pattern matching. So then it's just here, and then because this is inside here, there's no way to access it wrongly, right? Like this can't be messed up because we're just taking it directly from here. Whereas here we need to manually access the mismatched version struct inside the code area of our switch, which is this area here. Yeah. So what to do? What to do, right? I mean, one option is to wait for pattern matching. I think that would be great, and I can't wait for that to be added eventually. Trademark. But for now, in C++, it's hard. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. Um, I guess I'll do like. I mean, first of all, I don't need this anymore, which is cool. But I do need this, and this should be lowercase because it's an instance of the struct, right? Which like it isn't ideal because I would just like to have this, so I could say auto reference um, error data, just to be like generic, whatever, equals mismatched or equals error dot mismatched version. So now I have the struct, and then I can just do error data, right? Which is a bit cleaner, but obviously just note that I still need to explicitly say it's mismatched version. Not too bad, but it could be nicer, right? So anyway, let's see. Okay, so let's start with the construction because this is really just not nice. And I want to make it as nice as possible. So a union, I don't think I don't think a union can contain methods, can it? Or maybe it can. I don't know. But for starters, these should be named properly. These don't need names, I don't think. Uh, do I even need these at all? Probably not. Mismatched file signature. Uh, Also, I didn't mention the other downside to this is that I need to know that mismatch version exists in the first place. Like, it might just not exist, and I also need to know that given version exists, right, in the union from I guess reading documentation or like inspecting the union, whatever. Whereas in Rust, because it's in the arguments, then you just know, like your LSP could probably figure that out. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. So okay, so first of all, can I add methods to a union? So can I add methods to a C++ union? If I can't, I need to create some kind of class wrapper. You can. They get member functions, static member functions. They cannot have non-static data member of reference type. Okay, so examples. Okay, type variant. Cool. Set. Okay. Okay. Now I could actually put this inside, couldn't I? So it'd be XFBIN error code like this. That's not too bad, I guess. Um, yeah, and then I can just make this part of this. Then my struct's there. Um, hmm. I don't want to use standard variant because I need to use visitor syntax. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. Why wouldn't I? Why would I make it a struct? I could do like error dot data, but then it just assumes the data's in scope. I mean, I'm using structs, so that's a bit safer. But uh, anyway, so my idea was to add constructors. Like the thing is, the constructors, no, they're fine actually. They're fine. So can I have static? Like I assume I can do like static XFBIN error new like well not new create null file error, right? And then just return XFBIN error with code equal to null file. XFBIN error code null file, and that's it. Does that compile? It compiles. Okay. I mean, the test fails, but that's fine. Just checking if this is valid in the first place. Okay, so let's copy this then. Do the same for um, what? For what? Cut short, right? And then if I want to have the same thing, but for something different, like mismatched file signature. Oops. Then I need to also include the data. So dot mismatched file signature equals construct dot given file signature equals right. So this takes an argument which is given file signature. Yeah. Obviously this name's quite long. I'm not a fan of it, but generally what can you do? So like that. And then copy this. And we create mismatched version error. And just replace, yeah. So file signature versus version. And then same here. Okay. So does that compile? Thing. 941. What's wrong? Too many initializers. How? XFBIN error. That's fine, that's fine. These are not fine. So code equals this, comma, dots, this equals this. I don't understand why this is giving me an error. Too many initializers. Why? I don't understand why this is erroring. It's probably really obvious, but okay. Let me just fix the main first of all. So instead of this, we just do XFBIN error, create mismatch version. Why is it 1 to 2? Like so. Still long as hell, but better. Better, yeah. And then just need to change this. Error data equals error mismatch version, error.code. Yeah. Jump to case label. Why? Don't understand that. Crosses initialization. What? What? Jump to case label, first of all. Whatever that means. And this is causing issues. I don't understand any of these errors right now. It's a note. Okay. Not an error. But jump to case label? Or is that for the error? Cross initialization of because like it forces it to initialize, I guess is what it's trying to say. I don't understand. Let's just change this back to error.mismatch version, dot given version. Sorry, mismatch version. Okay, well, I did get an error there at least for using the wrong thing. That's good. Um, I do not understand what's going on with this. What do you mean too many initializers? I'm not seeing it. Let's see what Claude can help me with. It's more observant than I am. What's wrong with the initializers here? What? So this is valid in C but not C++. So I just don't do this. Okay, I guess. Can't really complain, I guess, too much. Okay. No, so what the issue? Why? Because this is a union. That's right. So actually, that was never the issue. This was the issue. Um, damn it. Okay. I wonder if it's because these are also unnamed. So if I name these, mismatched version. No difference there. Okay. So then I just have to do this, I guess. Um, weird. Do this. Did I make a typo somewhere or what? Mismatched file signature. Yeah, I mean, I was sorry, typo. Still too many initializers. How? Literally, what am I doing? Also, yeah, this is unnecessary. This is literally what this says too. Give each variant his own member. Oh, its own constructor. Right. So do I need to define a constructor then explicitly, like this. What? Uh, like so. No. Still no. Why? Too many initializers. What literally what am I missing here? Yeah, I can screw it. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Well, I said old-fashioned way. We'll do this the normal way. XFBIN error results result dot code equals this return result. And result dot mismatch version. This might actually work. See, result was not declared in the scope. Are you dead ass? It's right there. Oh, this isn't. Okay. Okay, this should work then. Yeah, hopefully. Uh, yeah. Okay, so this does work. Good. And do I need to have these names then? Like, I just really want to avoid having these names. So this should be this should really say data. I know it's pedantic, but well, is it even pedantic or is it just good naming? Like saying it for what it is. Um, I'll change those for consistency later. Uh, what? No, right. Okay, so for this then, that should be the only difference. Okay, that seems to work. If I run it, it says unknown error, even though I'm giving it a mismatch version error, which is kind of weird. I don't know why it's doing that. So back to this. Mismatch version, that's correct. That's all fine. I'll just change this. Do I need this actually? Ah, okay, that will build. So what's going on? If I run it, I get unknown error, but I should be getting a mismatched version error because I'm feeding it a mismatched version error. So let's just kind of reorganize these as well. So I just quickly switch between them. Sorry. Right. So version error creates mismatched version error. Yep. Code mismatched version. Yep. So this data, this case should be activated now. So why is it giving me an unknown error instead? It's really strange. And the code isn't even in the tagged union. Like it's just like I mean it's in the union, but like it's a member all of them have. No. Also, I'll add a method. Um, just to return an int. Oh my god, I can't speak. Just return an int. Error as it's an error dot as int. Yeah, that should be good. Don't know why it looks so bare compared to this monolithic six signature, but just return static cast int code. Yeah, like that. So compile. Yep. What's okay? So then just need to unknown error. Um, maybe XFBIN. No, actually error. Okay, error dot code as int. Okay, let's see what it says then. So I get 122 as my error. That's weird. That's very weird. What the hell? What the hell indeed. So it looks like 122, which is our given version, is overwriting the code. I don't know why it's doing that. Even though the code's higher up, like, is it just is it restructuring my union? Can it not do that, please? No, I see the issue. Yeah, I see the issue. So I could make the code part of the struct here, like for each one, or I can just make this a struct and then wrap this in a union, like so. I think I need a semicolon, probably. Yeah. And if not, then no harm done anyway. Okay. The hell? Sorry. So that works. And then here I just need to do another layer. The union needs a name, I think. So data. And then I can remove data from this. Right, so yeah. Well, no. But also, yeah. So result dot data. Oh my God. Right. And data, just move. Okay. Yeah, that'll create issues here, of course. So now I need to do error.data.mismatch version. Right. Given version. And that should all work now. Am I sharing my... I am. By the way, happy Easter, everyone. Oh, I mean, Sunday is now like 1 o'clock, so it's done, but whatever. Okay, so here, I got extension version 121, we got 122. So it works. It works. And this is the implementation. We create an error like this. That's in our data. Very, very Rust-ish. It's just the retrieval of data that's a bit messy. But I mean, it's not too bad. Like, we got this for the error. Right, I guess. Just make it an alias, so then we can switch it. That's fine. On the enum type, that's okay. And then you have these, right? We don't need this anymore, actually. I can just do error code as int. In fact, I can make this even simpler by just doing this. Um, yep. So that I can just remove this part because that would be part of everything. Remove this. And then I don't even need this anymore. I can just remove this. Boom. Okay. I can change this like error 101, whatever. So it's like this. Right. Point is, I do have the flexibility, so that's cool. Like I as the end user can choose how to output this however I want, really. So nice. Um, yeah. Like this isn't too bad, right? We switch on the code. So again, like for Rust, you would just do switch on the error. Like you wouldn't have to do .code, but we switch on the code, and then yeah. So we have our case, which is the enum, and then we access data like this, data.mismatch version. The only real issue besides the only really safety issue, because I mean, obviously there's a redundancy issue, like where it's just kind of annoying to type more code. But like for safety, the issue lies in this, where I could, in theory, access the wrong one, right? Like this. And in this case, it probably will work just fine. Because the union, because they're both uint32s. But like, let's say I had some invalidator thing, like a float, then it would just be completely garbage. But like the fact is, I can do this, and the compiler will not warn me. So that's the big issue. But otherwise, it's okay. Otherwise, this is workable. Now, I'm actually curious. I want to ask Gemini, and by Gemini, dude, like I'm misnaming Claude with everything. I'm pressing plus. Okay, why? Right. If I was to ask Claude, how would this look with C++ 26 or whatever pattern matching? Because this is pattern matching is an upcoming feature. Also, any tips for making this more ergonomic in general? XFBIN error is a struct containing a tagged union. Well, is a tagged union. Let's just put it there. Right. I mean, it should be able to infer that, but anyway. Yeah. So I mean, first of all, I could probably change his name. So instead of XFBIN error, create mismatch version error, I could probably do XFBIN error, create mismatch version, or like mismatch version create, I guess would actually make more sense. Or new mismatch version. Um, I don't know, just make it like a bit less verbose. So you have inspect is standard expected value success path. Okay, if it's an error, then you do this error. Okay, then you match the error. Okay, well I wouldn't. I wouldn't do this. I just have like I just have the if statement for this. 'Cause that's fine. Um, I mean, like, actually, now that I think about it, this is kind of this is basically an if let statement, isn't it? Like this would be equivalent to Rust's if let error, right? Or if auto error equals maybe xfbin dot error. That's basically what I'm doing. Um, can I do that here actually? The thing is, if I do dot error and it's not this, I don't know if it'll work. Can I do this? In fact, the question is, why would you? Um, I can't do that. Expected bracket before auto. Really? Oh, that makes sense actually. Uh, holy moly, compiler hints in the big C++ 23. Didn't like that apparently. Hmm. I thought this was valid. No? That's strange. Why is this not valid? Oh, is it just because you can't assign stuff like this? But you can change things? But you can do. Oh no, I guess for is special. Like a for statement is special. But like generally speaking, you can do this, but you can't declare. But anyway, I mean, like this could be resolved in an if let statement in Rust, um, which is just an alternative to pattern matching it. Here is using pattern matching, but it means you have nested pattern matching, and that sucks. Anyway, so it would look like this. You just match this. So code mismatch version data d. Okay, yeah. No, because you still have to do d dot mismatch version. That sucks. So not really safe. Give exponent error a format message or display style method. Yeah, I could, but I don't want to. Yeah. Return error is fatal. Interesting. Specialized STD formatter, standard formatter, XFBIN error. Could do that if I was having the messages, but I'm not. So instead of hardcoding returns at the call site. No, this is my int main, so it's fine. We'll just ignore that. Is is there a proposal for pattern matching where accessing the union data is safe though? Because this doesn't resolve my issue. Yeah, here. You can't access state.mismatch version unless you matched mismatch version, right? So it's what you want. Or you can use standard variant, but then you have to use visitor syntax, which I hate. Show me how it look with the proposed pattern matching syntax. Because again, like in Rust, it's so simple, it's ridiculous. I mean, simple like again on the user side. I'm sure the implementation is well, actually it's probably not even that complicated compiler wise either. Um, okay, so you have to use a visit anyway. Really? Or you could just do this on a variant. This is a yeah. This is interesting. Okay, or this. Well, same thing. Yeah, so not as nice as Rust, but still not terrible. Anyway, for now, I think this is probably the best I can do. Unless I had like get mismatch version data. Actually, I could do that because then I could have it throw an exception if it's invalid. Or I mean, exceptions. Obviously, we don't like exceptions here, but I don't want to return a standard expected either or a standard optional because then like it's just a pain in the ass. I have to like unwrap it, handle it myself. Like at that point, I'd rather just it just crashes the program. Can I even have it? No, I can't. I can't do it at compile time. It's so annoying. Like I wish I could catch it at compile time, but I really can't. Like realistically, expecting the user to handle this. Like the reason I feel like using exceptions here is because the only way this fails is if the user is silly and forgets to, you know, access mismatch version in the mismatch version thing tree, right? If they mess it up, I don't know why they'd want to handle an optional type manually anyway. If anything, they'd probably wow. If anything, they'd probably just like do well. Let's change it. Let's change this already, right? Like they probably just do this anyway. Or I guess more clearly, sorry, this. And like I just unwrap it, which causes an exception on failure. So this is one of the few times, and actually I'm actually okay to use exceptions, just because C++ doesn't yet support that kind of compile time safety. Um, okay, but yeah, this I think this is okay. So let's add these functions. Um, I do need to name these then again. Every time, man, every time. Mismatched file signature. Mismatched version. Right. So mismatched file signature, first of all. Get mismatched file signature data. These names are really long, but whatever, dude. It doesn't matter. Return. Okay, no. If code equals code mismatched file version signature, sorry, then throw throw what? Yeah, throw what? I want to make my tagged union C Supercell tagged union safer by throwing an exception when users try to access invalid union members or inactive data via struct methods I've defined. Which exception should I use? Or should I not even use exceptions? Let's see what Claude says. Oh, there's literally standard bad variant access. That's great. Um, variant literally does the same thing. Okay, that's great. Logic error. Yeah, this shouldn't happen normally. This should only happen if the programmer messes up. In which case, I'm okay to use exceptions, right? Like exceptions as assertions are okay, I think. So okay, so standard bad variant access is what it's called. So standard bad variant access. I just do it right. Yep, and this should be not equals. Not equal, sorry. And then otherwise return mismatched file signature, right? I guess I wouldn't even need to name this if I just make it auto. I don't know. Right, doesn't matter. Right, so then let's be sure to include standard accept. Standard accepts. And at this point, I just should have included standard C standard int because I'm using a few things. This should be here. Actually, I don't know why I have IOStream at all. Wait, what? 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 Okay, I'm in the wrong place. I don't know how I got here. Yeah, hashtag include standard accept. Okay, so I'm only including C standard int and standard accept, which is pretty good, all things considered. Yeah. So same thing for the other one. Version. Get mismatched version data. And mismatched version. Mismatched version. All caps. Yeah. Okay, that should work. So now, well, first of all, see if it compiles. Nope. Does not name a type. Great. That is not what I wanted to see. Why not? Oh, because it's data dot. Okay, but now I need to name this as well. So union. Okay. So I need to name the union as well. Data, I guess. Um. Yeah. So just do data doom and data boom. Right. Should work now. Oh, so this needs to be data dot and what the hell? Data dot. Multi-member of standard hash include variant. Oh, we did ask. Okay. I mean, I've just basically created my own variant, just that I refuse to use visitor syntax. Um, Sugar Right. So now, if I try to run this, no problem. No. Oh, okay. So I got a bad variant access error. Why? Because I'm doing nothing wrong. What is wrong? I'm very confused here, actually. Um, just throws an exception for shits and giggles, I guess. Oh, I know why. For some reason, this didn't change. I could have sworn I changed this, but okay. Literally, what the hell happened? I don't know why. I swear I changed that. Maybe I undid it by accident. Recompile. Right, so this should work, right? And um, if I change this now to mismatched file signature data and change this to the given file signature as I did before, right? This should now no compile time error, unfortunately, but I should get a runtime error. Yep, an exception. Good, good. So nice, nice. Okay, I think we're good now. I think I'm happy to move on from this error handling stuff. Um, it seems robust. Seems good. I can add more stuff. My only like real gripe right now with this, within scope of what C++ is capable of, I mean, is this. Like, I'm not a huge fan of these numbers. Also, sorry, can I have trailing commas? Like, I really would like trailing commas if they are possible. And I don't know why C++ couldn't add them. I can trailing commas. Okay, I don't know why I misremembered that. I think there's other things that you can't have trailing commas for in C++ that you can in Rust. But enums is not one of them, thankfully. Anyway, so what am I doing? Yeah. Anyway, I don't like this system is a bit arbitrary, right? Like 0, 1, like why these numbers the way they are? I don't know. I'm just feeling it. I'm just feeling the vibes. I could yeah, like document the different levels of this, but whatever, man. I don't care. Well, well, I'll make these. I will sort out these indices properly when I finish with the class, so I know exactly how it can error. Like what all my possible error types are. Also, do I even want this to be a class, or should I just treat it as an int? No, no. I want any conversions to be explicit. Um, but in particular via this function here, code is int. Yeah, that's fine. Also, I could like move these function definitions into a different file. That'd probably be a good idea because it'd be cleaner. I mean, would it be cleaner? I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna do it anyway. So let's just do that real quick. All of these, copy, PV, have to be in source, I think. XFBIN error dot cpp, paste, Hashtag include XFBIN error.hpp. Yep, let's just hook this. We're going to use namespace Kojo. And yep. So static XFBIN error. Like this, right? I think that's all I need to do. Just prefix it. All of these. So all those are constructors. There you go. This and this, and I guess I also need to prefix this. Not actually sure here. That's really annoying how it pastes after, by the way. I'd like if I could do it before, but do I do this? I probably do. Then likewise, this might work. Let's just see if it works. But then it means I need to delete these and just give them this, which is nice. Not loving how long this is though. I might even just, yeah, kind of separate the arguments like this. Also kind of mash these together. Yeah. Okay. Likewise. Just to kind of take the vertical reading pressure off or whatever. Yeah, that should work. It's not gonna work. I need to update my CMake lists. Sir/xfbin error.cpp. No such file or directory. That is not ideal. Probably because it's under a different name. Where's this? This is in xfbin slash, so it needs to be xfbin slash. I guess I'll just call it error.hpp then. Right? That would actually make more sense. Just rename it here. And also, oops, and also rename it here. Right? That does kind of mess up my functions here. Boom. Boom. Okay. And then change this. And then change this. Don't know why I didn't catch on to this initially, but all right, there you go. Build. What? Okay. It doesn't name a type. This is error.cpp. Oh, this is 3. Expected nested name specifier before namespace. Using pace. Okay. Don't declare member function. Cannot declare member function. Where's this? In the CPP file. Yeah, so do I just not use static? Or like what? How's this work? Or can static functions not be declared outside of their scope? or can they? I don't know. I need to kind of verify. Can I define C++ static class methods um, in a CPP file outside of the .hpp? Sound like a weird quirk. I can't remember what the rules are. Hopefully you can. You can. Yeah. Okay. So just no static keyword. Okay. So just move that then. No issues there. God's sake. Okay. Yep. Okay, that works. Yeah. So now this just looks a bit more readable because it isn't full of code. And nice. Nice. Um, yeah, so I think we're actually done with the error now. I'm gonna go ahead and commit this. So for first commit of a while, git status. Yeah, so we'll commit everything. Well, first of all, we need to add everything, right? But git commit, um, refactor error system, and then git push. And yeah, this is the link. So let's have a look at this, just inspect it. Okay, so to include, we got error to HTTP, which is what we did, right? Looks clean, honestly. Like, pretty simple. Um, all this stuff that we'll come back to. This is that. Yeah. So yeah, whatever. And then we got the source. Really, it's a test. Okay, so I haven't included the test in the source code, but I think I would say, and maybe if you're watching this, you can agree that this is quite nice. You know, this is probably as clean as it gets in C++, and I'm probably doing like the way, maybe the better way or the more idiomatic or whatever way, I guess, is to use standard variant. But I don't know. Let's actually see how this would look with standard variant minus the visitor pattern. So how would this code look if I had used standard variant minus the visitor pattern? I mean standard variant in place of my custom XFBIN error tagged union. Okay. So we've got different structs that are separate. Huh? Oh, right, because the data is a variant like this. Okay. Digital index, the tag. So how's it change the call site? Is it the same? Get if. Oh no, here's an if statement with a variable definition. Am I tripping then? Why can't I just do this anyway? Sorry, my eyes tweaking right now. But this isn't a switch statement. Oh right, I forgot you don't actually have to do a switch statement, do you? This actually means you don't need to use the enum. You can just yeah. Oh, so index is like the index here. So you do that, and then you can just do get if as a pointer. So if it's null pointer, then this goes to the next thing. Okay, I see the vision here. Yeah, but you lose the switch exhaustiveness. It also means that you don't have the enum. And I think enums, and I think switch is more efficient anyway, performance wise, than like doing an if statements check on all these get ifs. Okay, yeah, I see the vision here, but I think I'll avoid the trade offs by just sticking to my method. Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm quite happy with this, and I think I'm ready to move on to the actual XFBIN stuff, as opposed to just the error handling. But I mean, the error handling is important, so I'm not mad. I think you know what? I think I want to recreate this in Rust as well. I think I'm going to create my Rust library alongside the C++ one, just so I can like compare the two languages directly. I think that'd be kind of fun as well as educational. But for me, those two words are synonymous. I got one contribution today. Let's go. Yeah, my contributions have not been up lately. Well, I've been on holiday, so. What was this? Oh, camel. That's right. I need to get back to this oh camel thing. Or well, I think I'm doing it in C++ now. Did I even commit that? Should I committed my C++ thing? I did, yeah. The thing is, I was trying to do tagged unions in this project as well. In my token, I think. Shit! Just banged myself. I think I use a tag union. Yeah. So you can see I have a class token with my tag there, like set number, set operator, set parentheses open. Yeah, quite different. Create number. Okay, so yeah, so these are your, well, these are the constructors. Like it's okay. Oh yeah, the union is private because I'm using setters and getters for some reason. Oh, because then if you want to set it, it changes the tag. Yeah. In my case, okay, that's actually interesting and valid. It's valid, but interesting. Yeah, I look forward to come back to this and seeing if I can how I can apply my learning. But yeah, so that's reminded me. Uh, well, first of all, I should make these no discard. Just copy this, right? So if I build, nice, and then if I test it, like so. If I test this by not storing the results, so just fire this off randomly, I guess. I should get a compile error, a warning. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay, that's good. So git add, git commit, add no discard, relevant. If I'm not done actually. I need to do more. Um, code is int as well. Should be no discard. As should these. In fact, literally all of these should be no discard. Oops, that must be a yank. And also const, because they don't modify anything. These are static. Whoops. which is a build. No declaration matches because the const is part of the function signature, I believe. So I need to add this as well. So const, right? Const. Yep. So git add, commit, add, no discard, and const where relevant, and push that. So that's one thing. The other thing is I can, if I wanted to, as a user, I am able to modify these values directly. Like I could access mismatch fast signature and change it to something else manually myself, or I could change the code myself, right? Which is a bit precarious. Yeah, so like you'd want to make these private and then have public getters and private setters. But like honestly, it's such a pain to do that. Like I don't know if I should even bother. Um, because it does change the API. Like instead of code, it'd be get code, and like instead of given fast signature, it'd be get given fast signature. Uh, the union can be private though already, I think, right? Because I've these get. To be fair, okay. So class public here. We'll make this private for starters. Let's compile, see if it breaks anything. It does. Um, what's wrong? Sorry. Data does not name a type. This is in the header file. Is that because it's just the order of definitions? What's wrong here? Really? Do I enter union data like this? I can't because it's public. I mean, I can make it private at the top, I guess, but I'd rather not if I'd rather not if I can avoid it. Okay. So if I just move this up, would it work? No way. Okay, fine. Fine. I'll just move it up rather than do some funky stuff. So that can be private. The code I can make private, but then I need to add a getter. So dot code. So let's do that because we are good boys and girls. What? Because we are good people. What? Because we are good programmers. And just add this. Right. Code. Code. All right. Get code. And likewise get code as int. And then here I need to do, well, change this and add a new function. XFBIN error code, which I should be able to access. XFBIN error get code, return code. Yep, not too exciting. df bracket. And then in my test code, I also need to change it here. So get code is int, and here would be get code as a function. I guess I'll just trust the compiler to inline it. So we'll leave that as it is. Case is private, so it is. So I need to also separate this like so. Public code. So I can access the code. Sorry, other way around. I mean, yeah. So this is public and this is private. This is so messed up. So private like this, and then public like this. Yeah, definitely why it's better to have public and private as part of the actual variable slash method thing, name, whatever, as opposed to sections, but they should work. And then so now you come at the code, you come at the data. That's it, right? And then the rest is just methods. So that's it. Now it's safe. Cool. Cool. So let's also add that commit make safe with private slash public modifications and whatnot. Push. Okay. Now it's theoretically perfect. Anyway, so let's have a look. I can't remember if I was already working on this. In fact, I should do it here for the Rust thing. So for Rust, let's do new window, new tab. Actually, I could do a new window, couldn't I? I'll do a new window, please, please. So I think I just do Alt tab to switch. I mean Alt tab, yeah, and then Control tab is to switch tabs. So CD prog. Let's see. I got binary library for Rust, but I don't have a XFBIN library for Rust, right? Or do I? I do. Sorry. So cd XFBIN rslib, and let's just open that up in NeoVim so I can check out what's going on. What? So we got cargo. Okay. Should be a library. So source lib.rs is empty. Okay, I don't know why I even created this then, but cool. The readme is there. Okay, so I literally haven't even started this yet. Is it on GitHub? Let's duplicate this. So zoom it out. Git status. Git branch. Git. I forgot how to take the Git. Obsidian help me. Git. Remote. Seems to be on GitHub. Whether or not it's public, I don't know. It is public. I just haven't started it yet. Okay. So yeah, I will add to this as I add to my project, my C project. So we've made an error. I mean, like we made an error library. I can't remember how to even do Rust libraries. So I'll look at my own code for some examples from other projects. I mean, yeah, like load order.rs. We just have public functions, and then we in lib we have module. We can use it. Okay, so I create error dot rust, right? Yep, and then I just have my public struct xfbin error. Um, I'm lying actually. I don't need structure at all. I can just do an enum because again, Rust enums are correct, and then I just have yeah, and then just list them out, right? So I got null file. I've got cut short. I've got mismatched file signature, which takes in a U32. Not named, but we can come back to that, and a mismatched version, which also takes in a U32. Yeah. Is that it? Oh my god, that's literally it, chat. I mean, I guess the other thing is a way to convert these to indices, but I'm not really worried about the indices right now anyway. But if we were to do that, we could do pub enum xfbin error to int, right? And then just take in an xfbin error. It'd be constant. I want a reference though. How do I do reference so I don't copy it? Or is it? No, it doesn't copy by default, does it? Or does it? Oh my god, I'm so confused right now. Oof. Oh, whatever. Xfbin error. Xfbin error. No, I'm actually tweaking out right now. How do I make this a reference? Not mutable, but just a reference. In fact, I don't need to because it's an enum. But I mean, I kind of do need to though because enums are not. I don't know right now. But I would just do this. I'll just match xfbin error, right? And then just null file one. Cut short one. So this is 0. Mismatch file signature is 100. Mismatched version is 101. And then I can indent this for uniformity's sake. Yeah. Whoops. Right. Is that it? That's it, right? Like, this is an expression. So it just does that. That's crazy. There's no way that that's it. So yeah, all of this code that I have here in C++, right, with like this, like all this, like this whole system I have set up is equivalent to just this. Like, are we dead ass? With I guess I can have like a public struct, um, mismatched file signature data, and then give it a given file signature as a U32. And I likewise pub struct mismatched version data given version data U32. And then I just have this as a mismatched file signature data and have this as mismatched version data. Like, that's ridiculous. Because that's it. And then if I want to use this, I just do return, I don't know, like an error, xfbin error, mismatched file signature, I guess. And then just 2 could work, but I could also do well, assuming I can do named arguments, which I assume I can. I don't know why they would not include that feature. Like, that's so good. What the hell, man? Like, Rust for error handling is just so nice. It's ridiculous. And then to have this, I would have like, and then to declare this, well, to use this as a return type, I just do results. Let's say int, no, well, xfbin error. That's it. And then I could have like an xfbin result, I guess, which is equal to results XFBIN error, right? Um, yeah, that's kind of messed up. That is very messed up. Is that it? I mean, I need to take a part of this. I need to kind of set up tests and stuff. Do I even hold on? Let's just do cargo run or cargo test. See what happens. My main doesn't actually include anything, so this is gonna just work. So let's go to my lib. We need to actually include the module. How do I do that? I literally forgot. Lib.rs mod error. Is that it? Yeah. And then just use. We're not going to use anything. Oh, actually, I should use something. Oh, hold on. If the module's called error, I think if I just put use no pub use, right? Or public mods. I think I think if I do pub mod error, then it will export all the names unscoped, which is what I want. Because I don't want xfbin colon error. I just want xfbin error as one type. I'm okay with that. Okay. I don't know why I declare that as an enum. So let's go back. But anyway, this seems to work now. So we go back to error. This should be a function. Return type int, so u32. What's wrong? Use arrow. My bad. The fact the fact that I caught that and gave me a suggestion is kind of cool. Did it just not save? Or did I not clear properly? Help to match on the variant, qualify the path. Okay. Deny binding to the variant name. Do I need to? Okay. Do I need to? Find that a bit excessive. Also, do I need to? I assume I don't need to include XFBIN. What did I say? It said to do just error. Error colon XFBIN error. I assume I don't need to do that. I can just do this. Like this, sorry, is what I meant to do. And in fact, just control Q, boom, 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 XFBIN error colon boom. Nice. Okay. Test. Use a tuple variant pattern syntax instead. What's wrong? Expected unit struct, unit variant or constant, found tuple variant, mismatch file signature. Data. Oh, right. Just do this because we don't care what the data is in this case. I got warnings, but it does compile. Unused. Yep. Unused. Yep. Cool. So like that's it. That's it. That's insane. Oh my days. That is ridiculous. All of that to get all of this, and then because of pattern matching, this is also just like a lot more accessible on the user side as well. That's crazy. And then for pub enum with this, can I make this instead? What's the word? Can I make this an implementation? So it's not a function. Ling Rust. Can I make this an impl of the enum instead of an unattached function? This might be a limitation of enums. Hopefully not. I can. To int. Yeah. Self is taken by value. Okay, yeah. So I think I can't speak. I think I was meant to do this then. And that is correct. Yeah, so just public implementation of XFBIN error, and then I just add two ints. Well, okay, pub. Well, do I have to do pub? I do, but this is not pub. So pub function XFBIN. Sorry, what? To int, which just takes a self pointer reference, whatever, 2032, and then yeah, just copy this. Oh my god. Delete, paste, delete equals. Yeah, that's it, right? Match self, right? But that's so much because now to get the error, I just do like xbin error. Okay, well, error xfbin error equals whatever foo, and then I just do error dot to int. Whereas in my C++ code, right, I do get code and then get code as int, because I can't just because the struct isn't an enum, so I need to do get code to get the enum, because you can't give methods to enums. So like just Rust enums W, dude. Like the tagged unions in Rust is insane. Like you are able to implement it in C++, but just the convenience and the safety you have in Rust, just out of the pocket, is just ridiculously cool. So yeah, I think it piles. That's crazy. That is crazy. Anyway, it's pushing 2 a.m. I'm gonna end the video there. But yeah, that was kind of cool. Um, some thoughts about this. So C++, I have mixed feelings on C++, right? Like it's a cool language. They're adding cool features. Like pattern matching will come. I think C++ is a very cool language to study, right? For language design purposes and compiler study learning purposes. But as a language to use, it's really hard to justify using C++ over Rust. And I mean, I haven't written much Rust, but like that is some Rust I've just written, and holy moly, that is ridiculous! Just how much simpler that was in Rust. And like for the record, like that wasn't simpler because I've already made it in C++. And like, oh, so like you're just making it, because like you already like no, like that is what I would have done in Rust from the start. In fact, I should have done that in Rust from the start and then done it in C++ because then I would have had a clear reference for what I was trying to emulate. But that's crazy. That's just crazy. Like I legit cannot get over just how insanely simple it is in Rust in comparison. Anyway, yeah, I look forward to seeing how this project develops then. Um, I've done Rust programming before, but this will be the first time. Well, not really first time anything, but like assuming I actually finish this library, then this will be the first finished library I make. Um, that's also a bit more complex because the other Rust stuff I've done so far is fairly small in scope, but this will be like a proper project because like I'm making it like a proper XFBIN library. Um, and yeah, I will also make the C++ one alongside it, um, just because it's good to have support in different languages. As I said before, Capillarni, my friend who wants to mod stuff in C++, or like do modding library stuff in C++. Um, he uses C++, so I would need to make that anyway. I don't really want to make a Rust. I don't want to make a C++ wrapper for my Rust library. That just sucks. Much better to have native code. So yeah, and anyway, this would be interesting to do. So yeah, I look forward to working on this. That's really all I got to say. Uh, yeah. Hopefully, I actually see this through. That's about it. See you in the next video. Subscribe to not miss that stuff. Ooh. Yep.